this is part two. I ended up having to make a part two anyway. So I guess, whatever. I'll end up reading the last bit of the story. When they appeared at the foot of Olofi, he asked why the Iyawo still had his own head. Orumila answered that he had been given the Ashe to fix all the problems of the world, but he did not know this was going on. Orumila speaks. I found that the Iyawo was the only one left, and I wanted to save him so that people would realize that you gave me the Ache to even do change of heads. Olofi, convinced of what Orumila was saying, said to him, Orumila, you are the only one that I have chosen to fix the problems of the world. If you desire to save this Iyawo, I approve it to Abala Eshu. This is why Orumila is the only one that can govern any type of consecration. That's the last bit of the video. So, like I was saying, people get wrong readings all the time, this and that, and like I said, this religion, it's not a religion, tradition, spiritualism, religion, whatever, I prefer to call it spiritualism, does not derive from Cuba, does not derive from Puerto Rico, somebody told me the other day that in order to be a Babalao or a Santero, you have to be from Puerto Rico or Cuba. I was like, okay, whatever. This religion started in Africa. I guess if you wanted to get, racist, you'd have to be African to do it, but whatever. I'm not trying to go there. But, it does not come from Venezuela, all these Spanish-speaking countries. It comes from Yoruba land in Africa, West Africa. So, and to understand, when the slaves were taken on the ships to Cuba, to Puerto Rico, they, Ifa survived in Cuba and all these other places, and you can only give thanks to the Egungun, because the ancestors are the ones that still, kidnapped, taken to another land. You would think religion would be the last thing on their mind, but they still did not give up their faith. And they still practice it and remembered it and tried to do and did the word of mouth, teaching of the disciples. But traditionally, the way it works in the Yoruba land is the Orisha priests deal with the Orisha things. Just like the Babalao does not make, Yemaya does not make any kind of traditional Orisha, but they make other Orishas. They can make Orun, Abita, Osain, Olokun, Shigiri. Somebody asked me what the Shigiri was. A Shigiri is actually the closest way I can say it is a kind of an eshu. It's made of mud in Africa, clay, and it has a bunch of nails in it, and it's used to scare Iku away or for protection. But, this is originally from Africa. So if you really want to study this religion, I would advise that you study traditional Ifa, and if then you continue to choose to practice Lukumi, continue to practice Lukumi. Like I've told you, I practice Lukumi and traditional, but that way in Lukumi, you can know where it came from, you know what I'm saying, and you know what they're talking about, and then you could, you can know for yourself, oh, okay, well, this, or that, you know what I'm saying, but it's hard to, know or be exposed to the Orisha practice or Ifa, and to just know Lukumi when you get introduced to something that's actually traditional, that's been getting done longer than Cuba's been a country, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's wrong. Oh, that's not right. That's not possible. It's not done in Lukumi. But you know what I'm saying? You gotta be open-minded and understand that, it is what it is. Like I said, I practice both, but that's just the story about the guy that we ran into and him being pissed off because Chango was not his guardian Orisha, Ogun was, and we had to remind him of Oyekun Ofun when people that were not Babalaos were calling out guardian Orishas, and they all got their heads cut off and mixed and matched with each other's. So Buru Boyan, Buru Bosheshe from Baba Ilegwa's channel. Much blessings and much love to all you guys out there. Hope you have a great night.